All right, so OpenAI O1, it's getting a lot of buzz, right? Like, is this thing the real deal? I've, been looking at a bunch of articles, research, all that, and honestly, I'm kind of feeling like I'm at the bottom of a mountain here. We're gonna try to climb that mountain today. And we're not just gonna tell you what it is. I mean, you've seen the headlines, right? We're gonna break it down. What makes this thing tick? Why should you even care? And maybe, just maybe, does it live up to all the hype? One thing that really got me thinking was this whole chain of thought thing. QAT. It's like, imagine trying to, I don't know, teach someone to bake, right? You wouldn't just hand them a cake and be like, here you go. QAT is like showing them the recipe each step, letting them see why you do what you do.
Yeah, it's giving the AI that ability to actually think through the problem, not just give you some surface level answer. It's like giving it a thought process, which when you really say it out loud is kind of wild.
Wild is a good word for it. And everyone's, buzzing about the potential, sure. But one thing I noticed reading through all this stuff, OpenAI O1, it hasn't exactly like blown up the internet the way ChatGPT did. No lines around the block for this one. So what gives? Is it just too early? Or is there something else going on?
Well, this might sound kind of funny, but the name OpenAI O1 might actually be part of the problem. Think about ChatGPT. It's kitschy, right? Rolls right off the tongue. Makes you wonder what it is. OpenAI O1, not so much.
So you're saying even for genius tech, you still got to have a good marketing team.
100%. The best tech out there, Alexa, Siri, they're all about names that are friendly, that are easy to remember. They make you want to use them. OpenAI O1 just sounds like, I don't know, some technical jargon. Right? Not very approachable. So yeah, branding is huge. Even in the AI world, it's what gets people interested in the first place.
So we've got to get out of the clouds a bit here. We've talked about Cody theoretically, but what's it actually look like in action?
Right, right. Let's say you've got your AI assistant, we'll call her Coda, and you ask her to plan a surprise party, right? With Coty, she's not just going to give you a list of like balloons and streamers. She might start thinking, okay, what is this person actually like? Maybe she looks at their social media, gets a sense of their interests, and then from there suggests a theme, right? Each step builds on the last one. Makes sense, right?
So it's like she's making a mental to-do list, just more, I don't know, high tech. But then the articles you sent, they talked about some potential downsides, something about like overthinking.
Yeah, you got it. One of the big things they're working on with Coty is that it can get a little too caught up in the details. Remember Coda planning that party? Imagine instead of just picking a bakery, she spends hours researching every single cake flavor, every frosting, every like sprinkle option.
Okay, yeah, I can see where this is going. I'd be like, Coda, just pick a cake already. We've got a party to plan.
Exactly. And they actually have a term for this in the research, rumination. It's when the AI gets stuck in a loop, just overanalyzing the simplest things instead of moving forward.
Rumination. It's like when I can't decide what to wear in the morning, but way worse, I guess. So, as cool as this all sounds, it feels like Coty still has some, kinks to work out. Like a really smart friend who gets easily distracted, tons of potential, but gotta keep him on track.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's exactly why we're not all walking around with Coty assistants yet. But the potential is there.
Right.
And as they, as researchers make it more efficient, figure out those rumination moments, who knows what the future holds?
All right. So we've geeked out enough on how this all works, but I think the big question is, what does this mean for us? Like, everyday life, OpenAI O1, COT, is this going to lead to robot butlers and self-driving cars? Or are we talking something totally different? So are we all going to be out of a job soon? Is that what you're saying?
Well, let's hold off on their robot takeover panic for now.
Okay, good.
But really, when you think about it, the ways this could be used are huge, right? Like, imagine QT helping doctors diagnose patients or giving kids personalized lessons in school, stuff that used to take forever, done in a flash. It could free us up to actually, enjoy life a little.
Okay, I like the sound of that. But for those of us who aren't, saving lives or shaping young minds, what's in it for us? Will it at least, organize my inbox for me?
Hey, I'm right there with you. But honestly, that's where these specialized COT models come in. Instead of just one AI for everything, you've got ones that are experts in their own right. Like one for your emails, one for writing code, even making music.
So like having a personal assistant for, well, everything.
Kind of. And this is where that branding thing comes back in. These AIs, they got to be easy to use, maybe even, a little fun to interact with.
We got to trust them, right?
So it's not enough to just be smart. They got to be, charming, too.
You got it. But here's the thing, and I want everyone listening to really get this. Don't believe the hype. The robots aren't taking over, at least not yet.
So I don't have to start hiding out in a bunker just yet.
You're safe. For now, we're still a long way from real, like, true AGI. The kind of AI that's as smart as a person in every way. OpenAI, O1, CUT, it's a big step, sure, but it's just one step on a very long road.
That's kind of reassuring, actually.
It should be. It's not about being scared, it's about figuring out how to use this stuff for good, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Taking control and not freaking out. Exactly. And that's what makes all this so exciting. We're not just along for the ride. We get to help steer the ship.
And that's a good place to leave it for today. So, as you go about your day, think about all those little things, the stuff you wish you could just hand off. What could you do with a little extra time, a little extra brain space? That's something to think about. This is The Deep Dive, signing off.